welcome back to more Simpsons Hit and Run with me, Daniel, from Dan Has Fun. I know, the physics look great, ignore that. It's from 2003, that's my excuse.
What are you doing here?
Patty and Selma won't give me a license to ride a bike without safety wheels, unless I run the driving tests.
So, this episode we'll be going through all the non-required material. So this is the first race, and it is a time trial. We have to complete 5 laps within the timer.
Why these things have turned up
And oops.
They always seem to turn up whenever something exciting happens. I don't know what they are, but violence is always an appropriate response in the face of the unknown.
Thank you for explaining the WASP cameras there, Bart. We'll get to that section later in the video, I can assure you. So yes, so this is the first race of, well, 3/4, depending how you look at it. And in this race, it is, yeah, pure time trial. And this track, it's not the most exciting. It is just an oval, but with right angles. And the physics. Oh, the physics are something special. They're a thing of beauty. That's the only way you can describe it. It's almost like this car thinks it lives on the moon. But as you can see, even with the mistakes we've been making so far, it's really not too bad, he says as he goes sideways into the wall there, but you know what I mean. No, we're not doing too bad. We're on the last lap. We've got 30-odd seconds. That's plenty of time. We'll be good. As long as we don't completely destroy ourselves. And we only did it slightly there. Something about that corner just causes this car and every car to just do the weird flips.
This is so depressing. I'm going to feed your driver's license to Jub Jub.
I'm so talented and good looking.
That is the first race completed. Now, I was intending to do all these in order, but given our close proximity to the bonus mission, let's go take a drive down there and we'll get that knocked out while we're at it. Probably good that we grabbed that spanner, although for this mission, we're not going to need it.
Okay, around town you'll probably run into a few people I like to call losers. Maybe they need a ride, or maybe they need help. Whatever, the point is, once you've helped them out, they will be available to help drive your lazy butt around.
Being very rude there.
Yeah, stretch the legs and the crotch. Hey, I know you. You're in my dumb guy support group. Mind if I borrow your truck for a while?
No can do, Mr. Fancy Blue Pants. I begotten to finish up my daily chores, or else Brandine ain't making her muskrat pie tonight.
Fine, I'll help you with your hillbilly chores.
You help me bring in this season's harvest, and I'll take you anywheres you be needing to go. Woohoo! First, most, I want you to go to the gas station, get me some of those cardboard tubes, you know them? I'm gonna build me some indoor plumbing. When you finish with that, knock down all them tobacco plants so the young'uns can clean them up for market.
Alright, this old shanty. Find cardboard tubes and collect the tobacco harvest. We get 2.5 minutes to do it. And this is the first mission in the game that has a little bit of difficulty. Running theme for a lot of the bonus missions, they do tend to have a few more tasks to do. And we need to collect these cardboard tubes for his plumbing. Rather him than me, that is for sure. And yeah, these cardboard tubes, unlike Ned's items, which we saw in an earlier mission in the last video, which you should certainly watch if you didn't, the cardboard tubes are in a slightly annoying place. Nowhere near as annoying as the tobacco, though, which we have to race and deal with. So we're going to go running there now. We're going to, as you saw, we have to turn back on ourselves and go back to the tobacco field down by Springfield Power Plant. That wasn't the most beautiful piece of driving. Let's just say that was a must try harder.
I am so sick of this happening.
If it keeps happening, lady, then you're in the wrong place. Also, that person just wrecked themselves. Fun music, this game has a lot of great music. I would say the next level has some even better music. But yes, collect the tobacco harvest. Something I've not talked about yet is about to happen. Look at the bottom right corner of the screen. Do you see that yellow bar going up like crazy? Because we're absolutely destroying this
I
field.
didn't do it.
Well, this is a GTA-inspired game, so yes, when the bar gets full, the police get involved. Luckily, in level 1, the police consists of one car that is very slow. And yet again, we failed to make the tyre fire jump. So let's try not getting caught. Oh, thank you for crashing into that bus. Ignore that. Don't catch me, don't catch me, don't catch me. No, we're good. Okay. Yeah, the police in level 1 are, like, prime Chief Wiggum. Sorry, kid.
Walk. That wasn't part of the
Like
deal.
5 steps.
Okay, city boy, I'll help you. You just yell into one of those magic talk boxes, and I come a-running. Oh, man, them things is crazy.
Oh, that was too easy.
Hooray, we unlocked Cletus's pickup truck. It is a terrible, terrible vehicle. Let's do these races out of
Son
order.
a Police chief, little angel.
Those nice man ladies made me a race judge.
I'm gonna say that we're intentionally doing the checkpoint race first, which is technically race 3, because that's what Ralph would do.
One.
As you can see by his beautiful counting, but it's because I forgot what the order was.
Over.
So yes,
People say I'm slow. Wait a minute. That was an
Ralph
insult.
races are checkpoint. There is no laps. It is just from point A to point B, get there as quickly as you can. And we're going to take some of the shortcuts. We don't need to take them all. You may have noticed that we're in a race against 3 other cars, 2 of which are pretty generic for the area they're in, for the level. The other vehicle, the one that's usually the quickest, is the vehicle that you start with in the following level. Obviously, with the exception being the last level. Ooh, I thought we were going to have a physics moment there. So if you're ever curious what the next level's vehicle to start off with is going to be, that's one way of finding out. Oh my words.
Wow, this car
Good job this
sure
Krusty
didn't
Burger's made out of the thickest cement and concrete in the world, because that's the second time I've crushed it this episode. Oh dear, dear. The second time this level I've absolutely mashed it. We'll go through the caravan park. But yeah, this race,
2, 4,
not
6,
that
8,
difficult.
I'm great. Da, 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 da. You are great.
Even when you get a moment where you bounce off the gutters on the side of the road straight into a tree. You may also notice that during these
I didn't like that when
races,
I got here.
the bar in the bottom right corner is not growing, because these are officially authorized by the DMV. Hooray!
This is worse than when Jub Jub ate my cat.
We're number 1. We're number 1.
And yes, Patty and Selma do have something different to say every single time. Sometimes they do when you kick them. Not on that occasion, though, so... realistically, it should make your bar go down rather than up, but who am I to judge? Let's go do the other race. The 3 from the DMV.
I know you. You're the kid that sells me bootleg CDs on the street corner.
Yeah, well, I've been having some legal problems lately, so I'm stuck running these races for the DMV. It was this or read to the elderly.
Understandable.
3, 2,
So-
psych! 1.
Different type of race. So this is kind of a combination of the other 2, which is definitely why I did it this way. So the Nelson races are
Nothing lasts forever.
kind of the more standard style of racing that you would expect,
Damn it.
where it's a circuit race, multiple laps. The amount of laps are going to vary based on the course. In this case, oh my word, that was a majestic turn. This track, oh my goodness gracious me, what was
As
that?
soon as I'm done scratching myself, you're history.
I feel like I was scratching myself making that turn. What was I doing? Anyway, this track is very strange, as you may have noticed when we turned around the tree. Not that one, apparently we wanted to just tap that tree. This is just one road that we are going in opposite directions for. So you can cut the corners, but you've got to be careful because it can turn into Demolition Derby very, very quickly. You may also have noticed that not only does the bar not go up for the hit and run meter, but you also don't get any coins for taking things like trees out. So in one hand it giveth, and the other, ooh, it taketh. Let's not crash into that tree or that bus. Thank you. The tracks get a little bit more imaginative than this over the course of the game, but not by a lot. They do slightly. We're also being a bit we're riding our luck a bit in the hope that the third and fourth place were miles behind, and they were. Nothing like getting smoked by the person in last right before the end so you lose the race. Ooh, that wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad turn. You gotta get the handbrake on for that. You may also have noticed that Bart was riding in that car in second. That will be important for knowing who we're going to be playing as next. Oh, spoiler alert for a game that's 20 years old. I think you'll be okay.
This is terrible. I'm gonna drown my sorrows at the Golden Banana.
You go do that.
I'm king of the
And because we
world!
completed the 3 DMV races, we get a vehicle, the Electorus. It's
I
okay.
need a vacation.
Don't worry, that should heal fast.
Trust me, I need a vacation too.
Oh, I wanted a peanut.
Well, you can have a spanner or a drink from the vending machine. Oh, wait.
If you need to really put the hammer down and drive, you can always enter these time trial races. They cost a little to enter, but they have a mucho dinero payoff.
Well, Bart explained it for me, but there is a 4th type of race, and you don't unlock a vehicle to do this. This is the Electorus, by the way. We're going to go do some mob dealings. So be careful, because if you were to do this and if you quit the mission partway through, you don't get your money back. It's an entry fee of 20 coins. There's a time to beat. And we're going to get a potential payout of 60 coins. Difficulty medium. The difficulty is not based on the track, which I thought was always very strange. The difficulty is based on the car that you use. So that if you pick... Oh my word, what am I doing? Try that again. Beautiful. Yes, so the Electorus is considered an okay car, so it puts it in as a medium difficulty. If you were to pick a really, really poor car, it'll be hard difficulty with a bigger payout. From my own experience, it's usually a bad idea to pick a car that's hard difficulty. Medium is hard enough. Having said that, this track, not too bad. We're pretty much just going to go through all of this map. And the Electorus, it has the same-ish acceleration as the starting sedan, but it has more top speed, but it sacrifices some toughness. It is not a very strong car, and as a consequence, you can get knocked around quite easily. It doesn't deal with traffic well. But I like the sound of it. It sounds like we're driving a Dyson vacuum. And I'm okay with that. Unlike Homer's car, however, we made a nice clean jump over the tyre fire. 3rd time's the charm, I guess. But yeah, even hitting things like the trees, as you saw, there's a lot more wobble from the Electorus.
Oh, out of control.
That was a great example. However, it worked in our advantage. It gave me a tighter turn to cross over the cemetery. This is going pretty well. This is about as... After the shenanigans with the bridge at the start, this has been about as smooth as I could make it.
Just a few more.
We'll just go the slow way then. I intended to slow down... Oh my... What? Did you see that lady? She like zoomed in and smashed her face into the side of our car. That was weird. What I was going to say was I was going to try and slow down and go across the park shortcut, but I messed it up, so we just went and kept going. But we are making great time. We've still got over a minute left. And the finish line is going to be where the mob were, so... You'll have worse reflexes when you're in a cast, lady.
Everyone sucks but me.
There is no special cutscene, so let's keep moving. So the next thing we get to do is talk to our favourite friend, who is in a seemingly permanent depressed state, Gil. You better not be trying to steal my car there, bud. What are you doing? Don't you think about it.
The wolf is at old
Gil, every level, he has 2 cars and they usually suck. The Duff Truck, arguably the worst vehicle in the game. We will not be using it. The surveillance van has very similar statistics to the Electorus, as it happens. It just has more toughness in return for not so good handling. Its big issue, you can't really see. Now this vehicle, you cannot buy it from Gil, you cannot unlock it. Every level has a special vehicle that just happens to be on the level itself. And on level 1, it's the rocket car. So the rocket car is very interesting, very pretty, and as you may have already noticed, it's got some pretty crazy acceleration. I'm only accelerating when you see the flame. Let's try and push the pedal to the metal and see what happens. But no regrets! Oh, I ruined everything. You may also have noticed it has no durability, so we're just going to leave that alone. Now, next section, we have 20 wasp cameras to find. Well, kind of, if you saw last episode. First one is at this park in the big shortcut. So let's skip ahead to the next one. It's in this garden next to the park. Beautiful. Next up, we get to go to Ned's. And at the back here, there is a wasp and 2 beautiful boxes full of money. Let's go grab them. We're going to rattle through this.
I keep making God madder and madder.
We just kicked a child, but it's okay, because there's a wasp back here.
Homer.
I'm a choo-choo. Choo-chee, choo-chee, choo.
Thank you, Ralph. Great insight. I guess we'll grab these while we're here. Next up, the Quickie Mart. Nearly called it the Kmart. That's not quite the same. We get to jump on top, and we're just going to shut up for a second and listen to this beautiful music. It's a bit of an anomaly in terms of soundtrack. This has a very early 2000s soundtrack. This is not one of them. Also, those boxes move. What the hell are they storing in them? Because I only see coins. Are we murdering something every time we break the box? Let's not think about it. Next to the Quickie Mart, there's a petrol station. There was a wasp. Now there isn't. We get to go to Lard Lads next, which is also next to the Quickie Mart. All these are together. And we get to see our favourite friend. He is now deceased. Bye. And next up, we took a school bus and the literal short bus to the Springfield Elementary School. Unfortunately, the front of this bus is apparently got ice physics, so we can't jump up. There we go. Anyway, there's a wasp on this bus. Now there isn't. There's one at the back door. And he's gone as well. Let's go on top of the school, and on this side, there's a wasp. See ya. We've got to do a little bit of platforming to get to the other side of the school. So let's go do that. What a thing of beauty. And these air fans, the air ducts, if you're not careful, they will knock you straight off the screen. There's also a wasp, and now there isn't. So, next up, there's this weird tall building by the small bridge, which just breaks the camera something fierce. If we climb up the stairs and try not to get stuck on every step along the way, that would be great. We have to do some very strange platforming, which if you're too slow, this wasp will try to shoot you. But he's not shooting anything anymore. Next up, by the special rocket car, there's a wasp. Now there is not. Buzz off, guys. So, after that, we have the Stonecutter's room, and there are 2 wasps. As you just saw there, this one just murdered his friend. It's okay, first wasp. I will kill him for you. This is Cletus's pickup. This is probably the only time that you're going to see it intentionally not outside of a mission. And that's because we have to go kill this wasp by the yokels. Bye! Now, this caravan park, there should be 2 wasps here, but as we know, that's why there weren't. So we took the other one out. Oopsie poopsie. And then finally on the big bridge next to Gil, and we have to do some very in-depth, very in-depth jumping. It looks as difficult as it is. We have a big camera boy up here at the front. Delicious. Trying to grab these coins without jumping off and, well, you don't murder yourself. There's no health bar, but if you fall off, you're not going to get the coins. They're going to disappear beforehand. So let's sway the camera around. Try and get the other guy on the other side. These wasps, as levels go by, get far more aggressive. But that was all of them. That is all 20 level wasps complete. And that's the exact thing I tried to avoid. Oops! So, gag time. So, the number varies from level to level. So, we got to spray some fire with the tiki. It does no damage. We got to set our cornflakes on fire on the barbecue there. And apparently, Homer likes to get antisocial behavior orders. Ned's house, we get to say hi to the bomb shelter. Let's go back to our house and go watch the television. Yep, that's a gag too. Don't worry if you couldn't hear what he said. It was boring. Let's go back to that playground part with the shortcut and get an antisocial behavior order there as well. I don't know what Homer has against these. This fired because this was technically the first gag I did, but I reordered them to make more sense. So the Quickie Mart has 5 gags. As Jimbo runs away there. So we have, yes, Frostilicus, Jasper, the silent alarm.
You have that is high in both fat and alcohol content?
Well, perhaps a little quote-unquote shrimp will take.
Oh dear, alcoholic shrimp. Yes, pushing the slushy machine counts as a gag. Ruining that ATM does. And then we finally get to play Larry the Looter, which I don't know what it is. It's buildings and this animation. It doesn't like it. Larry probably liked that less, though, I would say. Yes, all 5 in the Quickie Mart. So a third of this level has them in there. The alarm at the school is a gag. This is not a gag. So I had to go back because it turns out there is one gag in there that I did not press the first time. So as we come back, we already pressed the alarm. We know it was not the alarm. You have to hit the fire extinguisher. And it is very underwhelming. That was it.
If you don't like elephant meat, stay away from the sloppy joes.
That's depressing. They can't afford elephant. I don't believe you. So we get to go to the power plant for the last 2. Now, one of them is in our own cubicle. And we just kill the guy. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Bye! Let's get in our car and leave if we can even fit inside of it. And finally at the power plant. And it's why we were dressed for the occasion. We get to go to this. Oh, the camera's looking inside of it. Yes, this nuclear waste storage, which we've just let all the gas out for. No, you can't jump on top of it like in the show, but what are you going to do? Next up, we have 7 cards to find on every level. Doesn't matter what order you do them in.
There's some collector cards hidden
Thanks,
all over
Bart.
Springfield.
I just explained it.
Find the other ones, and sweet reward is yours for the taking.
Really appreciate
If
it.
you want to take a closer look at the cards, you can see them in the pause menu. And don't get your stinky fingers on them, fatty.
Maybe we'll do that as like a bonus video at the end. We'll see. Anyway, homemade. I hate to call it a football as a person from the UK, but that's what they call it.
Sweet,
The Insanity Pepper from Ralph Wiggum's, well, the Wiggum's Garden. It's not Ralph's. Grab juice on top of the Quickie Mart. We return to the Stonecutter's lair to get the next card. Takes a little bit of jumping to get the parchment. A little bit of platforming, but not too bad. The parchment's not as good as a peanut, though, apparently. Caravan Park gives you Mr. Sparkle's box. Good old fish bulb. We get to return to the power plant again. Whee! And do a little bit more platforming. You want to get used to the platforming because there's some tricky missions coming later involving platforming. Luckily, though, we don't have to jump on all 3 of these fans. We can just pick the one in the middle to get ourselves the Carbon Rod, the best employee. And then last but not least, this card can actually be a little bit tricky to find because this road is purely optional. So there's a one-way path down here. There's also a box, which we took out with that bin, which is funny. Yeah, this is a one-way that you never have to go to another one, but they hid a card behind this building. Cheeky. Very, very cheeky. Anyway, let's pick it up. That's the Spine Melter 2000. All level cards collected, we get a bonus game track. We'll deal with that in like a bonus video. Now we have some clothes to go through. So every level, there are 3 unique sets of clothing. Let's go through them. Homer in his casual garb, 100 coins. And, Homer, what are you doing? You are showing your butt to your daughter. That's terrifying. Thank you for that. We have Homer the Chosen One for 150 coins. Looks pretty fly. Again, 2003 graphics. Not bad. And then, last but not least, my favourite from this level, the Moo Moo for 125 coins, which you would have seen if you paid attention like 5 minutes ago. It's amazing that he can get a costume that makes him put weight on straight away. Don't think about it. He's not thinking about it. Nothing going on upstairs there. The kicking animation when you're this big looks hilarious. No, you can't kick Lisa in the school. And, somebody want to supervise Ralph? Oh well. And yes, we're at 100% completion. That's what it looks like. And next episode, I think we're going to go take a look at level 2. I like to think that something like this, you really want to go wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and kind of get it all in one go. Otherwise, these videos could go on for hours. Let me know how you feel down in the comments, though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you did. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.